Story time. This is the worst part of the year for me. Worst time of the year. And I'm going to tell you why. When I was a young buck, maybe 19, 20, I was working at a drugstore. And a young lady sent her god brother to tell me that his god sister was interested in me. Can she have my phone? I said, who is she? He pointed to her. I looked, and I can't lie. She was cute to me. She was cute. I said, okay, come talk to me. Tell her come talk to me. So she comes over. She talks for a little bit. She doesn't say much. I was just fascinated by the fact that what she was shy at the time. So this is back in the day. For all you youngsters, this was back in the day when we still had landlines. Everybody didn't have a cell phone back then, so we had landlines. So I gave her my phone number. She gave me her phone number. So goes on, we talk on the phone. I go to her godmother's house and, hang out for a little bit. I find out she has a baby. The baby's maybe a year at most, but it didn't make me a difference because, she was cute. And as time went on, she was telling me her story, and I fell in love with her struggle, what she had been through, and, we go out. She comes over to my house. We hang out. You couldn't tell. I was enthralled. I was just gone. And if she ever sees this video, she knows. So, just time goes on. You're a young cat. First time that I was really just feeling something other than lust, right? Of course, physical interactions, you know what I mean. Physical interactions occur, and it was going on for maybe, almost a year. Hey, hell, I even took it to the family reunion and claimed it like, this is mine, this is me, this is something that. Then along comes December of that year. And she's out of the blue. She says, well, I'm not with you. She dumps me. She says she's moving I'm almost say the guy's name. She's moving to Nebraska with somebody else because apparently the situation at her godmother's house was not working out. Let's be honest, man. I was young, financially couldn't do anything for her, so she took the best thing going. Which then it hurt. Now I get it. You gotta do what you gotta do for you and yours. I get it. It's okay. And she leaves. And I was hurt. This Christmas is coming, and I was so hurt. Young boy, hurt. I cried in my mama's lap. I was miserable. That was around the time when Boyz II Men had the song, Let It Snow. I still hate that song. Every time the song would come on, man, it would just tear me down. It just felt like somebody was strangling my soul. It just talking about, I cried, real tears, snot and everything. I just figured, why? I'm so in love, and that was all that was supposed to count. And I say that to say a couple things. That's the reason people say you're so grouchy around Christmas, you don't like Christmas. Well, for years I didn't like Christmas, and then once I had my own children later on in life, I kind of masked how I felt about Christmas so they can have an enjoyable Christmas and play the role. But I was always in the back of my mind that I don't like this, and this is why I don't like this holiday season. That's why I really couldn't get into it. And it affected me a lot of ways, which that's another story time or whatever. But it happened. So if I got any young bucks, or if you know any young bucks, any young guys, even the females, even the women, whether it's Christmas time, summertime, whatever, you know, just learn from me that, like I learned, these things happen. And they happen for a reason. And it may seem like in your young life, it's going to be the end of the world. How can you go on living? You know, they even had a baby. I thought I was going to have a stroke, a heart attack. It was just, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. But it wasn't the end of the world. Because 30 years later, I'm talking to you. And 30 years later, going through those 30 years, I learned. And I went through a lot of other heartbreaks and a lot of other disappointments, and you learn. So to all you young bucks, I'm saying this, saying that, say this. Young bucks, old bucks, whoever. Everybody goes through heartache. This too will pass. You'll be better. Hold your head up. When you gotta cry, you feel upset, be upset. Keep your head up. Everything happens for a reason. There might be somebody or a situation, a relationship that's better for you than that. And for my story, it was. That's how I eventually got into another relationship, and my oldest son came about. And that relationship was a great relationship. For 85% of the relationship, it was a great relationship. But if I would have still been crying about that first heartbreak, if I would have still been waiting for it to come back through some miracle, through some divine intervention, then I never would have had a chance to experience my son. I never would have had the chance to experience another young lady that was at the time was more phenomenal than what I thought was with this first young lady. So if this is a heartbreak season for you during Christmas time, New Year's, remember it will pass. Keep going. Deal with your emotions. Accept the pain. You have to go through the storm to get to the other side where it's nice and sunny. Go through it. Learn from it. I know it hurts. I'm not telling you it's not going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It's going to be many nights you cry. It's going to be many days you wake up and you just don't want to be up. It's going to be many days like that. Until it passes. So listen to Uncle Q when he tells you. It will pass. It will pass.